How is it that the one part that's supposed to be controlling the flow of gas is the same part that's leaking the gas? Hey guys and gals, welcome to Garage Gear. I'm JB. I came out into the garage the other day and I smelled some gas. After a little detective work, I pinpointed it to my dad's snowblower. There was a pretty steady drip that was trickling down right along the side of the engine here. And after pulling this panel off, I found out that we have a leaking fuel shutoff valve, and we're gonna replace it with a new one. Let's begin by removing the electric start. This comes right off, and the cover. Next, we're gonna pop off this fuel shutoff switch. Screwdriver behind, bam, there it is. That was easy. And to help this video pop off with the YouTube algorithm, would you mind hitting that like button? Thank you very much. Next, we got 4 10mm bolts over here, which is a little overkill, but we'll take those out. And then we got 2 over here. Now this whole panel should just slide right out. Bam, just like that. And there we go. Now where I had previously found the leak was right along this edge here. I could actually see gas slowly trickling out, and then it would run to the bottom, drip, and then run down. Let's just give it a quick wipe here and see what we find. A little bit on the paper towel right there. First thing we're gonna do is take this little tab on the gas line and slide it back. Now I did drain out the gas tank. We're gonna pull this fuel line off. It might do a little drippy, but that's okay. Goes. All right. Now, even though this gas line really wasn't the problem, it does look a little puffy and stretched out here at the end. Perhaps we'll end up replacing this as we finish this project up. But for now, let's replace the fuel valve. I have a 9/16 wrench. We're going to stick this on and loosen her right up. Now from here, she should just untwist herself and come right out. Yes. Look at that. And that's that. Wow, look at the gunk around the bottom of these threads. Whoa, there was a lot of junk in that gas tank. So here's a brand new fuel shutoff valve with a fuel filter attached to it. These can easily screw in and out, so we're just gonna tighten that down. Boom, just like that. You wanna make sure it's got a rubber gasket on top. Pretty straightforward here. We're just gonna insert it and then twist it in. And then once it gets to a certain point, we'll thread that nut up. Right about there is pretty good. And then from there, we're gonna take the wrench, we're gonna tighten this up. Pretty simple design with these. I'd say we're just about good. That is snug. Now the new fuel valve is in, but the end of this fuel line just bothers me. So let's cut this out. In order to get to the fuel line, we gotta take a couple things off. So here's our exhaust cover. This has to come off first. We have 2 bolts on this side. We're gonna loosen these right up. Then we have a bolt right here on this side, and then one here on the back. Exhaust cover comes off. We're gonna take this choke dial right off. There's that. And then the throttle dial. Take the key out, and then the 2 bolts right here. Now at this point, our panel should come off, so we gotta be careful because the primer line is still attached on the backside. We're just gonna ease this right off, and there we go. That's how you get to the carburetor and the fuel line. All this to fix the drip, unbelievable. We're gonna take this little clamp right here on the fuel line, move it up, twist it right off. Dunsky. Now here's the fuel line. I'm gonna slide these clamps off each side. There's 1 and 2. And from here, I'm just gonna take my fuel line, I'm gonna match it up to one end and then give myself just a little bit extra. Mark it there. And then from here, we're gonna cut it. Done. So here's the new fuel line. I'm gonna take our clamps, we're gonna put one on one end and then one on the other. Now we're gonna take one end and slide it on the end of the carburetor, just like that. Then we're gonna take our pliers and slide the clamp on down. Then over here on this end, we're gonna take this end of the hose and link it up. Come on, get on there. Just about got it. Yep, she's in place. Then we're gonna slide our clamp right into place, and she's hooked up. All that for a little leak. Unbelievable. From here, I'm gonna drop this panel back down into place, install the 2 bolts. Everything's back where it needs to be. We're gonna tighten this up. Good. We're gonna reinstall our exhaust cover now. 2 bolts go here on the front. Now this one here on the side, and the one on the back. Key back in. Throttle dial goes back on the top. Choke lever to hold it down. And then we're gonna take our panel here, we're gonna slide that back into place. Everything fits just where it needs to be. We have these 2 bolts right here. We're gonna send these babies in. From here, we gotta push this panel back into place, pop some bolts in, and then screw on our electric start. We're gonna pop on our red fuel valve here. On goes the electric start. At this point, everything's been tightened up. Let's put some fuel inside and see how she does. Running great. Several hours have now gone by and I have not seen a single drop come out of this snowblower. I don't smell any gas either. Now I'm usually the one saying metal over plastic every single time, but in this case, I have never seen a plastic fuel shutoff valve leak before, but now I've seen 2 metal ones leak. This 10-year-old Ariens Snowblower got a new fuel line, a new fuel shutoff valve, everything is tight, and life is good. For tips and tricks on how to start your snowblower the right way, I'll have that video linked down below in the description. For more cool garage gear content, click or tap the screen right here. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the garage.